Alright guys, if you are someone that is working a job, let's say, and you're trying to be famous on TikTok or YouTube, and you feel it's beneath you, just remember your job actually pays, right? Now, I mean, you might get to the point where you're getting paid tons and tons on YouTube or TikTok, but if you're not there yet, your job actually pays you, right? So you have to respect the job, respect it for what it is, right? Now, for me, I love my job as a car salesman, and I might stay there after I get famous on here. Now, you might be like, well, why would you? You're making millions of dollars. You wouldn't need to be, and it's a step-by-step process. It might start off small, but eventually I'll make millions of dollars. I feel I'm that good. But, you know, in some respect, I do think that having a real job normalizes you. I think, you know, if you are someone that's really way out there in fame, people might think you're crazy or whatever because that's all you got, right? Which is not a bad thing, you know. I think, like Madonna, right? Like, we honestly love Madonna, and honestly, even though she does crazy things, we know that she spends full time respecting the fame, being part of the fame, and doing the fame, right? The fame game is a fun thing, and she really does full-heartedly do fame, and we really love that. But I think, you know, to some extent, it's good to have a job because you can really feel like, especially for me, I already do a lot of videos, so it's not like I have to really focus on having, um, you know, no job. I could rather have a job and be able to do that and this, because then I feel very much on top of my performance because I won't go crazy, right? But I mean, I think to some extent, you know, people are like, well, you're like, if you're like Madonna, I'm gonna be famous like Madonna, right? People are like, well, you have to be just a performer because people want to see you perform. They're not going to want you to waste time on a regular job when you could be spending more of that time focusing on how to perform, right? But in general, I really think, you know, it smartens you up, right? Like, having a job, it keeps you in touch with the real world. You know, if I talk to people in the real world, then at least I know what's going on. I know what people are doing, you know. I mean, I know I'm just selling cars, but sometimes you learn things. You know, your boss will tell you, oh, it's daylight savings time, right? Like, I might not even know that, right? So, you know, it's just in general, you end up having to learn things from a real life job, right? And that's something you might not know otherwise, right? I know it seems silly. You're like, well, you could just learn those things by being a famous person, but sometimes you're totally out of the loop, right? Like, if you're famous, your world, everybody revolves around you, and you could get lost in that. Anyway, totally enjoyed the show, guys. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Bye, guys.